Hello everybody. Today I've decided to have a look at hydrolats or floral waters or hydrosols, or sometimes called floral distillates. So the reason it's called a distillate is because it will be made from the water that has been distilled when boiling the plant material. So your hydrosols are generally, so the ones that you buy in the shop will probably come from the stills where the essential oils are being made. So as the plant material is boiled and the steam is collected and condensed, the water that is taken off the oil gets taken off the top, and the water that's left below is the hydrolat or the hydrosol, so or the distillate. So that is where your hydrosols and your floral waters are going to come from. But I decided to try some sort of a recipe on my own at home yesterday, and I made some basil hydrolat, and it seemed to work very well. So this morning I decided to show you some rosemary hydrolat. So obviously we've got lots of plants in our garden, so it's very easy for us to do the basil. I've got lemongrass, I've got rosemary, I've got lavender, I've got oregano. So I'm going to be doing a couple. If we have a look at lavender I will use on my little dog. He's in and out of the plants and he's constantly covered in a rash. So the lavender will help with his skin irritations. The oregano and the rosemary are both great for cleaning surfaces. So they just go into my bottle for cleaning the surfaces. So when I clean my floors, when I clean my surfaces, this is half hydrolat, half this is basil hydrolat, but I did it really just for the smell and for the aroma. I love it, and it's got vinegar and it's got lemon essential oil in that bottle over there. So the hydrolats you can use, which you can pop any of your essential oils in with them, so they can be used as toners, they can be used as surface cleaners, whatever you want to use them for. You can use them therapeutically if you want to. However, you have to make sure that everything is properly sterilized then, and your plant material is clean, and the water that you use is distilled water. The rosemary that I've got today, I've gone and I've collected. So I picked quite early this morning. It's all the fresh sort of pieces of rosemary that I took from the ends. I've got a couple of hard sort of woody areas, but I took the fresh rosemary. So what we do is we need a couple of things before we start. So I've got a pot, quite a nice large size pot that will that I'm going to do the boiling in. I've got distilled water, so quite a big bottle of distilled water. They do recommend you use distilled water just because of the purity. You need a little bowl, so a little bowl that you're going to place in the middle of your pot. So there's my pot with my bowl in the middle, and then what I do is I'm going to just take my plant material, and I'm going to place my plant material around the sides of the bowl. There you go, and then I'm going to pour some of the distilled water around the plant material so that it will boil. And that's basic. Oops! You just got to make sure you don't get it into the bowl. So the bowl in the middle is obviously going to be there to collect the water. So I have I've stuck the water in now, and I'm just going to get a goody guide to push the plant material down into the bowl. So there's my bowl with my plant material around it. So the bowl's going to collect the distillate. So then what I do is I will switch on my pot so that I can start boiling the water. But then what I'm going to do is I take my pot lid and I place it on top. And I need to just collect some ice. I didn't get the ice ready, so I just take and I collect some ice, And you can pop it into a plastic bag, a Ziploc plastic bag, which will work quite nicely because it will cover most of the top of the pot. Yesterday, all I did was I actually just poured the ice into the top of the lid, so that as long as you keep the lid cool, because if you're going to keep the lid cool, then it's going to condense. The boiling water is going to condense. And so all I do is I take my glass of this is a toughened glass, so it's not going to break, and I take it and I place it in the top of the pot. Otherwise, you can just sort of do that, and it will start to cool down. And then later, just now, I will take it and I will pour that water off and add some more ice to the pot, and slowly but surely the distillate is going to collect in the little bowl. So it works fantastically well. I just want to quickly have a look. So they do recommend that you keep the distillate in a fridge once you have got it, because it's not going to be bacterial free. Even though there are some essential oils in the hydrolat, there's still not enough to prevent your bacteria from growing. So you can use your rose petals, which is quite cool. You can use peppermint as well, which is used quite often. The rose petals, obviously, where rose water comes from, is from the rose petals, and it's been used by the Turkish for a long time, and to make Turkish delight. So you can make your own rose water to make your own Turkish delight whilst you're on lockdown. Lemon verbena I've also got growing in my garden, and they recommend that can be used for room sprays, for calming and astringent for your skin as well. And then if we have a look at lavender they recommend you can use in your laundry, which would be really quite cool to pop into, probably mix with some of your vinegar, and for your fabric softener at the end. There's also geranium, so I've even got rose geranium in my garden, so I could do some rose geranium. And there's eucalyptus, so if you've got a eucalyptus tree growing close by, use the eucalyptus radiata, and you can make room sprays. You can even make a face toner. I think that is about it for today. I just want to quickly go through. If you do peppermint, so peppermint is great for cooling as well, so you can do that. If you're looking at sort of some kind of cleansing of the room, cleansing of the atmosphere even, you can use sage if you can get it to grow in your garden. It's something that I seem to not be able to do. Thyme is great for skin infections, so you can also make some thyme hydrolat. And rose hydrolat is for that aging skin, for firming your skin. And what they also recommend is you can take your hydrolat and you can mix it with a little bit of colloidal silver as well. So I might do that with for my dog, where he gets the little bumps from the skin. He gets an allergy from the plants in the garden. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make a hydrolat from lavender. And then mix the hydrolat with some colloidal silver and spray that on his skin, just to see if that'll try cool it. But in the meantime, here's my pot going with my hydrolat forming inside. So you can see, as long as you keep that little central part of the lid cold, the evaporated plant water will actually collect in the middle of the bowl. The smell is very strong, but the hydrolat might not even be colored, so the hydrolat might be a different smell as well as a different color. It all depends on the plant material, the quality of the plant material, and probably the time that it was picked. So the same as we find with essential oils, all of those different components that come into making a pure essential oil. But enjoy making your hydrolats, even if you just use it for cleaning the house. Once again, mix it with some lavender, with vinegar, and then pop in your essential oils, whether it be lavender for your room sprays, whether it be oregano, whether it be thyme, and lemon as well will also work really well. But we will see you next week. Bye.